Hello, I'm Richard. I'm 57 years old, and I live in Boston. The story I'm about to tell you is about how my business partner of 12 years betrayed me and what happened after. 15 years ago, I started a small software company in downtown Boston. The first years were quite challenging. We worked day and night, but somehow couldn't reach the level we wanted. After 3 years, I met Michael at a business conference. Michael was incredibly talented in sales and was exactly the change of pace the company needed. I offered Michael 40% of the company, and he accepted. Our agreement was simple. I would handle the technical and product development side, while he would manage sales and customer relations. In our first year together, our profit increased by 300%. Within 5 years, our company became one of the leading players in the industry with 78 employees. Michael and I became not just business partners, but very good friends. Our families vacationed together and celebrated special occasions as one. I trusted him. At least, I thought I did. Last year, I had to be hospitalized for surgery I had been postponing for a long time. The doctor said I needed to stay away from work for 4 weeks. I entrusted everything to Michael, and he told me not to worry. A week after the surgery, an old client came to visit me in the hospital. During our conversation, I learned that Michael had been meeting with our company's biggest competitor. It seemed odd, but I didn't think much of it. However, 2 days later, our finance director, Sam, called me. There was panic in his voice. "Richard, there's a large amount of money being transferred from the company, and I didn't approve it. Michael signed some documents himself, and $2.7 million has been transferred." My heart tightened at this point. I told Sam to stay calm and call me before doing anything. After hanging up, I tried calling Michael, but he didn't answer. I sent him a message. "There's an important matter. Can you call me?" 3 hours later, a former colleague called with even more shocking news. Michael had been introduced as the new partner of our rival company, and he had apparently taken some of our clients with him. That's when, lying in my hospital bed, I realized how my partner and friend of 12 years had sold me out. But I didn't panic, because there was something Michael didn't know. I had always been a cautious person. 7 years ago, after a minor legal dispute, I had set up a system that recorded all company processes, all emails, conversations, financial transactions. Everything was backed up on a secure server. There were even legally permitted audio recording systems in critical meeting rooms in the office. Michael knew about their existence, but never understood how comprehensive the system was. I immediately called my lawyer and explained the situation. The next day, I got permission from the hospital to visit the company. Michael wasn't there. My technical team and I reviewed all the recordings from the past 3 months. What we saw shocked me. Michael hadn't just transferred the money, he had also copied our client lists, shared information that would violate our intellectual property rights, and worst of all, prepared fake documents to transfer company shares. After gathering all the evidence, my lawyer and I made a plan. I didn't say anything to Michael. I acted as if I would return to normal work after leaving the hospital. During this time, my lawyer completed all the legal preparations. On the first Monday after I was discharged from the hospital, I went to work. Michael was in the office, and the surprise on his face when he saw me was priceless. He tried to hug me. "Richard, I'm so glad. How are you feeling?" I smiled and said, "I'm good, Michael. In fact, I've never been better." I invited him to my office and closed the door. "Michael, I know what you've been doing for the past month," I said calmly. His face turned white. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said with a trembling voice. I opened my computer and showed him a summary of the 3 months of recordings. Secret meetings with the rival firm, moments when he copied the client list, phone conversations he had while preparing fake documents. It was all there. This isn't legal," he stammered. "Our entire system was set up in accordance with the law, and you're aware of that. It was clearly stated in our company policy, and you signed it," I said, showing him the document he had signed. Michael collapsed. "What do you want?" he asked. "You have 3 options," I said. "First, I can take you to court with this evidence, and you'll probably get a few years in prison. Second, you can return all the money you transferred, leave the rival firm, and transfer your shares in the company to me, and disappear quietly. Third dot." "What's the third?" he asked anxiously. "There is no third option," I said coldly. "You only have 2 options, and your 24-hour countdown starts now. I expect your answer at this time tomorrow." His legs were shaking as he left my office. The next day, he sent a document through his lawyer. He committed to returning all the money, transferring his shares, and leaving the rival firm. Within a week, $2.7 million was deposited back into our account. Michael transferred his shares for a nominal value and left the city. I later heard he had moved abroad. Now I run the company alone, and we've grown even larger. The most important lesson I learned from this experience: trust is good, but control is better. And revenge is much sweeter when served cold.